The next section of the test was about classification of matter. So identifying a box that contains a pure element. A pure element has one kind of atom. So that's this box only has one kind of atom, this box, and this box. Everything else either is made of molecules or a mixture of atoms, or a mixture of atoms and molecules. So one kind of atom here, here, here. So the answer there would have been either what? That's A, C, or F. So I took any one of the three, A, C, F. Which box has two different elements? Well, the elements have one kind of atom like this or this. So there's two different elements in that box. So that would be box G. That's the only one that meets that qualification. A pure compound though, see this is a compound, the molecule of a compound, a molecule of a compound, a molecule of a compound. All those are just alike, so they're pure. Same thing here, it's a molecule of a different compound, molecule of a different compound, but in that box everything's just alike. Same thing here. So the answer would be D, E, or H. Any of those three, D, E, H. Okay, both elements and compounds. The only box that meets that criterion is right here. That's a compound, that's an element. And so is the round is also an element. So right here, whoops, there, that's an element. Okay, that was box B, I believe, wasn't it? Yes, B. Oops. Okay, a mixture of two compounds. Only one box that meets that. You see, that's a compound, and that's a different compound. Both are made of molecules. That's the only one that has two different kinds of molecules in the same box. So that's box I. And make that a little bit clearer right there. Now I got my computer confused trying to do that. So the next box, which one contains a diatomic that's a two-atom element? That would have to be two atoms that are just alike. So the two that are just alike was box F. And you can see it up here. There's box F, diatomic, two just alike. Then the last one, which box contains 5 molecules but 10 atoms? That has to be this one. You see each one of these molecules has 2 atoms in it. There's 2, there's 2. There's 5 molecules overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one contains 2 atoms. So that's 10 atoms total. If you look at a box like this, there's 5 molecules, but each molecule contains 4 atoms. So 5 times 4 would be 20 total atoms. Over here, only 10 atoms, so that was your answer to that question. Okay, so that was box E. Box E. All right, now a substance has one identity. The things that have one identity are either mixtures or compounds. A substance in which all the atoms are alike. Well, that's one of these two. Which one? Oh, you know what? I just gave you the wrong answer on that. I'm sorry. So I'm almost out of time, so I'm going fast. So let's start that again. 53. A substance. It's either an element or a compound, not a mixture or compound. Element or a compound. Substance has one identity, and that can either be an element or a compound. Number 54. A substance in which all the atoms are alike. If the atoms are all alike, that's an element. So now 10 is an element. Blood is a mixture, as is air, a mixture. So that's a mixture, and then water is a compound. Okay, water is H2O. It's 2 atoms that are blended chemically. Okay, a homogeneous mixture will be something that was evenly mixed. Well, you know you have to shake salad dressing, so that rules that out. And orange juice with pulp has a bunch of stuff in it you need to shake up before you drink it, so that just leaves Kool-Aid to be a homogeneous mixture. But once you mix Kool-Aid, it's mixed. It's even. A solution is a homogeneous mixture. It's even. So the best answer is that. Now, two substances that can be separated without a chemical reaction. That's something like up here, where you got this and this, but there's no bond between here, between point A and B. Whereas up here, when they're stuck together in a molecule, there's a bond. So you break these by chemical reaction, but this is just a physical process. So something that can be separated without a chemical reaction is a mixture. Tap water has stuff dissolved. Dissolving is a solution. Solutions are always homogeneous mixtures. And then two or more atoms that are chemically combined, that means you got a chemical bond. So what do we say those were? Those are compounds. Things that are bonded chemically, compounds. And so now, if the answer is compound, this is a little bit harder question. If it's a compound, then you got to consider that that's not a choice here. So what are compounds? Well, compounds are pure substances. See, it says either an element or a compound is a substance, one identity. One identity means pure. So the best answer, pure. And that's the end of this little section of the test.